Hello guys and girls. Well, first off, this is a new phone that I'm actually on right now. Last night I actually upgraded my phone, which was ancient. I don't even know what it was, man. It was my wife dealt with all that stuff. But I know this is a iPhone 11 XR. It's like it's the newest iPhone. So hopefully my videos will be, better quality. As you can see, I'm not wearing a headset, like a speaker or anything, or a microphone, I should say. So I really want to see what this actual built-in audio device, this microphone will do for me. So, but I'm gonna get right to it here. It's Sunday. I don't release videos on Sundays. I don't even know if I'm going to be releasing this video today or tomorrow, but I just kind of felt that it was important to do this video. Last night, okay, now there are I don't know, there could be a couple things that may have influenced what I'm about to tell you, but last night when I went to sleep, I'm telling you guys, have you ever had like a dream where you knew you were asleep and it was so scrambled, like it was so chaotic in your dream that that you wanted to do was wake up? That's what it was for me last night. Like, all I wanted to do, man, was wake up. And I could not wake up. I could not wake up. And I was trying so hard, and like at times I could feel my consciousness kind of become more reality. Like, you know how you're more in tune right now, like when you're aware you're watching this video, you're aware of everything around you. That's how my consciousness, it would get now and then. It would get to the point where it was like that, where I was aware of everything around me, but it would so quickly fade out back to this chaos. And when I was in this chaos, I could feel evil all around me, man. Like bad, dude. Like I could feel like evil, severe. It was just extremely vile. There was something around me that was so vile and vulgar and evil that I can't even put into words as to exactly what it was. I'm not saying it was a demon or anything, but I'll tell you what, I mean, by my education today, that's one of the only things that I could possibly compare to what I experienced last night. I'm sorry you can hear my dog itching. I'm just gonna get up and unplug my heater. It got cold last night, and I'm gonna get to that because I'm trying to think of why I would have dreamt like this. You know what I mean? Like why I would have had this whacked out dream. So last night, I mean, like a little while ago, my wife and I had purchased a kerosene heater, and we, they stink sometimes, and we live in a trailer, and I had the kerosene heater on, and at one point it kind of smoked up a little bit. I know it can get dangerous, but we read up on it on YouTube, and made sure our flame was at the proper height and everything looked good. And eventually the smell faded. We actually even had this cleaning. Sorry, hey Hank, hey bud, stop! You're shaking my camera, bud. Sorry about that, guys. But we even put like this cleaner in my my kerosene when we were loading it up, and I'm sorry, my animals always seem to go berserk whenever I do these videos. It's so weird. I'm not like this rich guy, man, that has like this huge studio or something in the back of a nice big 3-story house. I don't have that, dude. Like, I live in a trailer that I'm only here for one reason, and that's because this is the only place that would allow us to keep our 2 large dogs. I have a Labrador, and I have a German Shepherd. So that's the short story real quick. I just wanted to get that out of there. Hank's ass just bumped into my camera. It's my lab, Golden Lab, 10 years old, just turned 10 on the 25th of October. See him getting up on the bed there. But anyway, I put this cleaner in the kerosene. You just put an ounce of it in per gallon of kerosene. So per every gallon of kerosene you're using, you put an ounce of this cleaner in there. Okay. Well, I read the back of it, and it did say it could expose you to all these just really bad chemicals, dude. That I don't like. That could cause cancer and other things. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I remember at one point during the night getting a sore throat, like not long after the kerosene was lit. But like I said, you know, we opened up the back door, and I don't know if I told you we opened up the back door, but we did to get more ventilation. And we opened up the back door, and the smoke went away, like the cloudy haze, which was very light. It wasn't bad, but it was there. It was there. It was definitely there. And I did get a sore throat. It eventually went away, and I pretty much slept all day, so I thought I was pretty much going to be up all night. But I wasn't, and I drifted off to sleep, and then I went into that dream and that I was just telling you about, that I can't explain. And I just remember, like, my mom was in there. She's dead. She died in 2017. And I was, like, so whacked out, okay? And I used to have an opiate addiction or a benzodiazepine addiction. So, I at one point in my life, I was addicted to prescription medication. I mean, I'm not anymore, but it was weird because in my dream, I was like kind of on that stuff, and I was so strung out, dude, that I couldn't even function. But I knew I was asleep. So I was trying to wake up, but for some reason, my brother was there and my sister was there, and they were like trying to make things worse on me. I know that sounds weird, and they would never do that. Even though my sister and I are in bad relations right now, we would, you know, she would never do that to me, so to say. At least I would hope not. But I know for a fact my brother wouldn't. But Jamie wouldn't either. She wouldn't, and she just wouldn't. But in the dream, they were being very vulgar and malicious towards me. You know, very just evil, man. Just freaking evil as hell to me. And I crawled in because I was so screwed up on these drugs, or at least that's what I was registering in my mind, that I was on drugs and I could not function on these drugs. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, when I was addicted to opiates and I was addicted to benzos, I've never had an experience like this. As far as in reality, hallucinations are a different story. But as far as being in reality and experiencing what I'm experiencing in the dream, I've never had that experience at all. So I crawled into my mom's room, basically wanting to pray to her to wake me up. And like when I went, this is gonna sound weird, man. I don't know why I dreamt this, but like I crawled into her room, and her husband's name was Jose, and for some reason my mom was sleeping with another man. Like I had crawled in on them having relations. Okay, I didn't see anything, but I knew what they were doing, and it was like an oh my god kind of thing, and it was just weird. It was just really weird. Well, for some reason, Jose started to slowly fizzle into the dream, or what's the word I'm looking for? An apparition. I can't believe, I'm not going to sit here and waste my video on thinking of this word, but it is bugging the hell out of me. I don't know, but he started appearing into my dream more. Okay, so he was there now, and he also was trying to attack me and trying to get me to like not wake up or go to like this sane asylum. And I remember my dad being there too. And at one point I walked up to my dad or crawled or whatever I did. I was just so screwed up. And I just remember trying as best as I could to converse to him. You need to get me to a mental unit or something like that. And I just couldn't wait to get there. I couldn't wait to get there because maybe there would be a true diagnosis as to what was going on with me, as to what I was experiencing. And we were in Florida, okay? And I know this might sound weird to all of you out there, but I don't like Florida. And the reason why I don't like Florida is because I have a severe fear. Okay, you can laugh all you want, but I do. I have a fear of the ocean, man. Like, as far as, like, you're on this peninsula that goes way out into the water, and, like, if this huge wave just came over and, like, wiped everything out, you have nowhere to go. Like, it used to scare me when we were down there, and, I lived down there. I lived through Hurricane Charlie, Francis, and Jean in 2004. Look it up. August 13th, 2004, Friday the 13th, Hurricane Charlie came ashore on Punta Gorda, Florida, and made its way over to Orlando, which is where I was. And by the time it hit there, it had 80 miles per hour sustained winds, which a lot of you guys out there are thinking, oh, 80 miles an hour, that's nothing. Guys, imagine a really bad thunderstorm, like if you're in, Ohio, where I am right now. You don't get that kind of storm on Ohio's worst day, except for in May of 1985, when an F5 tornado went through Niles, Ohio. And I believe that was May 29th, May 30th, or May 23rd. Those dates ring a bell, but it was in May. It was late. It's the end of May. And the only thing that I would find scarier than that would be not so much the hurricane itself, unless it was like an F3 and above. If it was an F3 and above with like 120, 130 mile an hour winds sustained, that's like an F2 tornado, miles wide. I mean, not like a mile or two wide, like you see the biggest wedge tornadoes in the Midwest. I'm talking freaking 50 miles wide, guys. That's sick. That's what an F or that's what a category 3 hurricane is like. It's like a F3, or it's like an F2 tornado. Okay. That's about 50 miles in diameter and last forever. Okay, that's what they're like. So it's not so much the hurricane though that scared me. It's the being trapped out in Florida that scared me, and then this catastrophe taking place down there. And like, what about something happened and there was no way to get to the mainland, and you were stuck on this peninsula with water on all sides? And I don't know. It's just a fear of mine. But I remember in my dream. And by the way, the only fear that I have greater than that is a freak F5 tornado. I don't freak with that. It's just something I don't mess with. I'll never live in Tornado Alley. I watched way too many videos, guys. Everybody has a cell phone now, and you can pretty much live through the experience of an F5 tornado anytime you want on your cell phone, on YouTube. And it's absolutely disgusting, especially if you put your headphones on and turn the volume up. The sound is undescribable. I mean, they say it's like a freight train, and it is, but it's more like a jet engine, dude. It's like insane. It's pure insanity. I guess to step above that would be like an asteroid going to hit the Earth. But anyways, I'm going off topic there, as I always seem to do. But I was at this center was in Florida, and I was in Florida at the time, and I remember thinking, man, what about if I'm stuck there for life? I don't want to be in Florida for life, dude. Like I feel something bad's going to happen in Florida. I do. I don't know why. I've had this feeling since me and my wife were down there in 2004. I've had the feeling before that. And I still have that feeling that in my lifetime, something major is going to happen in Florida. And I'm not talking just a Category 5 hurricane. I'm talking something disgustingly sick, something apocalyptic, okay? And I really hope that I'm wrong. And by all means, I'm not psychic, but I'm going to tell you something really quick, okay? And this is true. And I would say you can ask my mother, but she's unfortunately dead. The first hurricane hit on Friday the 13th, 2004, which was Hurricane Charlie. It came on Punta Gorda as a Cat 4, and I lived in St. Petersburg. I lived in St. Petersburg at the time. So, they thought that it was going to turn in right about, St. Petersburg area. So we all evacuated to Orlando, and it ended up, boop, going right immediately, doing a sharp right in the eye, was right over Orlando, Florida. I kid you not, there's a famous picture, you can look it up online, of the satellite imagery that shows that hurricane over the state of Florida, the eye right over Orlando. And I mean, there were planes upside down, guys. It was insane. I remember walking outside right after the hurricane when we were in the eye, and being in knee-deep water. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Knee-deep water in just a couple hours' time. I've had it rain for days in Ohio, and I've never, ever experienced knee-high water when I walked outside. Now, I'm not saying a low-lying area might not have got that, but I mean like just to walk outside, man, in just a regular area and the water be that deep, that's scary, dude. That's scary. That's really scary. I really hope this microphone is picking up. But anyway, I was scared to live in Florida, and for some reason, I finally woke up, and I was like, my heart was pounding. When I woke up, my heart was pounding so hard in my chest. Like, I have panic attacks, okay? And I was like, trying to rationalize, okay, Sean, that was just a dream. You're awake now. It's good. Why don't you get your new phone that you just got and get on YouTube? Okay, why don't you get on YouTube and watch some videos or something like that? Do something of that nature. Get your mind off it. So that's what I did. I did that, and I eventually fell back asleep. And when I fell back asleep, I immediately went right back in to what I would call a demonic attack on me, okay? And I'm not saying that's the way that I go as far as, like, religion and stuff like that. Like I've always said before, I'm spiritually confused, meaning I'm more open to anything. Like, I don't know what's real. There's just not enough proof out there to go one way or the other, okay? So, like, the video I did the other day, I constantly talked about the book of Ecclesiastes, and about the dead knowing nothing at all, and kind of solidifying that I've proven that the theory in the Bible is correct, which I did. I'm not saying that's the way that I go. Like I also said in that video, your soul may be harbored in your brain, and your brain may harbor your soul, and it may move on. There are studies done that 2,000 people in a study, I think it was 2003, 2004, that near-death experiences were recorded, and at the time of death, your brain is actually more active than it is in any time of your entire life. Look that up, guys. So that could actually produce these near-death experiences that everybody talks about. You know what I mean? Because your brain is so active, it's releasing all these chemicals, and these chemicals are very strong. I mean, they could do so many things to you and cause major hallucinations. Hallucinations that are more real than reality, okay? I don't know, though. I mean, what about if, when you're talking about a near-death experience, keep in mind, guys, you're talking about someone that never rotted away, They didn't explode where their brain was shattered and splattered or nothing like that. You're talking to somebody that had a cardiac arrest and was code blue and was brought back. And they may have even been brain dead at some point, okay? But they were still alive because they're still able to be brought back to life. Until you cross that threshold of that body being rotted away or just exploding in an IED in the military, sadly over in Iraq or something like that. Until you experience that, that's what true death is. True death goes beyond the near-death experience that millions, at least thousands, I'd say millions, but at least thousands of people describe having. But they're still alive today. So what happens when you cross that point of no return? Like, if your brain was immediately disintegrated, okay, what would happen then? Would you have an out-of-body experience then? Okay, would there be any kind of consciousness that would exist, that would carry on after that? Or not. I don't know, man. I don't know. And that's one of the reasons I do this channel, is I would love to hear you guys and girls' opinions and about what you guys think happens when we die, or if you've had an NED, a near-death experience, or an NDE, near-death experience, NDE. If you've had one of those, share it with us in the comments below. But I want to get back to my dream real quick, because I'm at 21:51. Basically, guys, I was just being attacked all night in my sleep. Okay? And it felt demonic. It was definitely evil. Whatever. I don't care what anybody says, if they believe in the God or the devil or demons or whatever. If it wasn't demonic, it was definitely evil. There was something evil there. There was evilness that was engulfing me in my sleep. That's the only way I can describe it. It's insanity. And I remember back in the day when I had good faith, like in God and stuff like that. Even like past videos up of me fiercely defending the Bible. When I would have dreams back in those days, I would have a demonic entity or something like that be in my dream, and I would shout in the name of Jesus, "Go away!" Name of God, in the name of Jehovah. I mean, I would do everything, dude. And correct me, is in the name of Jehovah, is that what God's name is, or is that just a Jehovah Witness interpretation of it? I don't know that. Okay, because I've heard that's what God's name is, but I don't know. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I am strongly against Jehovah's Witnesses, and I do not believe in their following. I don't believe in their congregation, if you want to call it, or their cult. But I was shouting in the name of Jehovah, regardless of what I believe in. That's what I was shouting to, and I was shouting in the name of God, in the name of Jesus. Nothing was working, dude. Nothing worked. And every time I ever did that in the past, when I had strong faith in God, it worked. It worked. But it didn't work last night. It was scary, man. Like, it was just scary. It was almost like saying, dude, you are separated from God. You have no rescuer. You have, Big Brother's gone. Old Pop ain't there anymore. That's what I felt, empty. I felt alone. It was weird. I'm not saying, like, I should be turning back Christianity or anything like that, but that's what I felt. That's what, I'm just telling you what I felt. Back to the kerosene heater. Those odors, okay, that were in the, the kerosene and the chemicals and stuff. Could have that caused it, perhaps, when I was sleeping? Have any of you ever had any experiences with kerosene heaters and having nightmares or anything like that? Like when you have one of those burning, and I was well put out before we went to bed, but you know, the fumes were still there. I mean, there was still some scent of the kerosene heater. Did any of you ever experience anything like that with the kerosene heater? If so, please share in the comments below. I would love to hear. And I probably am going to upload this video today. I mean, on Sunday. I don't even upload until Tuesdays. But I wanted to do a quick announcement here that I was actually talking to my cousin Mike about this. And he said, I have an idea. And he's like, because I told him I always run out of time. Like, I try to keep my videos 20 minutes so it don't take as long to upload. And it's at 25, so I got to be cutting it short. But we came up with an idea, well, he did, and I agreed with it, that maybe I should do like a part 1. Okay, like let's say Tuesday's topic is ghosts. Well, ghosts will be, the topic of ghosts will have a part 1 of it that'll be released on Tuesday. And we'll have the finale, the part 2, the conclusion of that, posted on Saturday. So I thought, okay, that's a good idea. But then what about if somebody hates that subject and then they got to wait till Saturday just to hear the conclusion to the subject they already hate, which means they would have to wait a whole week before they could actually get a video that they would like. And the only answer or reasoning that you know, the only thing that I could come up with that would work that out is if I did 2 part 1s. I did 2 subjects on Tuesdays, 2 part 1s. Like, let's say one was ghosts and one was, you know, great cataclysms on planet Earth or something like that, okay? So I would do 2 part 1s on Tuesdays and 2 part 2s on Saturdays. Let me know in the comments below what you guys girls think of that. I'm real small right now. Like, I don't got a huge following or anything like that. I don't make money off YouTube. Eventually, I would like to you know, to do that. I am disabled. You know, maybe in another video I'll get into all that. But as for right now, guys, I'm going to have to sign off. I know once I end this video, there's probably going to be a ton of different things. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that. Seriously, or I left that out. Son of a gun. That's how it's going to go down. But anyways, guys, I'm going to cut this short right now. And, let you guys go. Please, as always, subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment. Your comments mean so much to me, and your subscriptions, and also click on that notification bell if you like my material, so you'll be notified when I upload more material, which will be on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Now and then you'll get a random rogue video out there that this one might just be. But now and then you'll get that, which it probably will be. It'll probably be at least posted before Tuesday. I don't know about today, but I kind of don't feel that good today, too. I don't know. I just don't feel that great today. But anyways, that's it for now, guys, girls. I really appreciate it. If you're watching me from our Facebook page, as you know, I am banned for 30 days for mentioning the name of a legal herb from where I live, and it's insanity. Like, my freedom of speech was taken away, but I did look further into it, and actually, since I had put a web address to link this certain herb to, I linked this certain herb from my Facebook, that it actually, it caught that, and it banned me for doing that. That was like my 6th offense or something like that. I don't know, something odd. But I've also posted other sites of that sold this herb and never got banned, but it didn't have the name of the herb in it. It was just like, you know, something botanicals or whatever.com or something like that. Well, this one had the name of the herb in it with the .com. So lesson learned there. Won't be doing that no more. I don't know if I'm going to continue on Facebook or not. I've said I wouldn't, but since I realized that was it, I thought somebody was just reporting me, but that wasn't the case at all. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about the dreams and demons and If you believe in all that, just comment below, guys. All right, peace.